morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. Today, we are going to bring you a afternoon affair, Friday afternoon Japan time. It's going to be a game between the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. This ball game here is a Golden Week feature, and it is one of 4-day games that are going to be taking place in the NPB. But North Americans get to enjoy it as it is a 9 p.m. Pacific or midnight start. We're first of all going to give you the starting lineups, but before we do that, we'll just give you a little update on the standings here. Both of these teams are on the outside of the playoffs looking in. The Marines are in fourth place right now, just percentage points behind the Oryx Buffaloes, as they sit with a 12-14-1 record, as do the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Both teams are tied for that spot. Marines entering tonight's fray with a team batting average of .238, where the Eagles are hitting .232, but the difference is on the mound. The Marines have a 3.00 ERA, while the Golden Eagles, are giving up 3.8 earned runs per game. The difference is that the Golden Eagles have been outscored by 26 more runs by their opponents. The Marines have been outscored by 16. What is going to give tonight? Well, we're about to find out, as both of the teams are ready to get this one underway. The Golden Eagles are just taking the field. And so we're going to give you the starting lineups, beginning with the Chiba Ball Club. Leading off and playing in center field is number 25, Hiromi Oka. Batting second and playing second base is number 7, Yudai Fujioka. Hitting third and playing left field is number 23, Shingo Ishikawa. In the cleanup spot, doing the designated hitting, is number 22, Gregory Polanco. Batting fifth, playing first base is number 5, Hisanori Yasuda. Hitting sixth and right field is number 51, Koki Yamaguchi. Batting seventh and playing shortstop is number 4, Atsuki Tomosuji. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 27, Tatsuhiro Tamura. And batting ninth at third base is number 8, and the captain, Shogo Nakamura. And they are going to be facing Takahisa Hayakawa, who takes to the hill today for the Golden Eagles with a 1-3 record. He has worked 25 1/3 innings. He has allowed 32 hits. He has given up 12 runs, all of which have been earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 22, and he's pitched to an ERA of 4.26. Well, that's the starting lineup for the visitors from Chiba. Now the starting lineup for your home team from Tohoku. Leading off and playing in right field is number 51, Yuya Ogo. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 66, Itsuki Moribayashi. Batting third and playing third base is number 3, Hideto Asamura. And the cleanup spot doing the designated hitting is number 35, Hiroki Shimouchi. Batting fifth at first base is number 7, Daichi Suzuki. Hitting in the sixth spot and playing in left field is number 27, Takeru Okajima. Batting seventh and in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 2, Hikaru Oda. And batting ninth at second base, wearing number 0, is Hirota Kobakata. And they are going to be facing Yuji Nishino, who takes to the hill tonight with a 2-2 record. He has worked 25 2/3 innings. He has allowed 25 hits, 7 runs, all of which have been earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 19, and he's pitched to a 2.45 earned run average. Those are your starting lineups, and we'll be back in just a moment with all the action. Hang tight, everybody. Glad you can make it in with us for Japanese baseball on the Last Raps YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order to come to bat here for the Chiba Lotte Marines in inning number 1. That means Hiromi Oka, Yudai Fujioka, and Shingo Ishikawa. And the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is quickly 1-0. Oka hitting .228 on the season with no homers and 5 runs batted in. As we welcome our friends Zay and Killa Noez into the house, we appreciate you guys for being here. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Oka. Beautiful sunny day in Tohoku to start this one. The players are in their home whites are the Golden Eagles. Fastball swung on, grounded over to second, fielded neatly by Kobakata. He throws to first, and that is one up and one away here for the Marines. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Yudai Fujioka. Our friend Killa Noez says, checking in and tuning in, no Dodger game, so time for some NPB action. It's always time for NPB action, that's for sure. We are on tonight, tomorrow, as well as Saturday and Sunday North American time, 4 days in a row, all 9 p.m. Pacific or midnight Eastern first pitches. And here's the first pitch delivered to Fujioka. It's a fastball that misses up and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Fujioka batting .255 on the season, 2 homers and 2 RBIs. His only RBIs, he's knocked himself in. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled off of the catcher, and it trickles over the third base side. So Oda has to adjust himself and gets the ball from the umpire and gives it to the pitcher, and we're ready to go again. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. The lefty Hayakawa kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. Moving over to his left and making the catch is the right fielder Ogo, and that is going to retire Fujioka for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs here for Chiba. And that is going to bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa in limited at-bats, he is off to a great start. The 31-year-old is batting .583. He is 7 for 12 on the season with no homers and 1 RBI. Batting from the right side here against the left-hander Hayakawa, as Hayakawa delivers a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Home plate umpire, it does take his time to deliver the right hand, so we'll have to stay up on that. Maybe hold in a little longer with our own call. Here's the 0-1. That's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2 on Ishikawa. Ishikawa, the former Yomiuri Giant, has spent a couple of seasons here with the Chiba Ball Club. He's not been a regular. There's a fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count remains at 0-2. He's not a young fella, is Ishikawa. He is just last week turned 31 years old. He did begin his career with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters for a few seasons and then spent 6 in Tokyo with the Giants. In turn, he's only had 414 career games entering tonight. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Ishikawa's in the books. He's gone for out number 3, and that is going to do it here for Chiba in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is Chiba nothing, and the Eagles coming to bat. We'll be right back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for checking in here tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the first inning, and coming to bat will be Yuya Ogo, Itsuki Muribayashi, and Hideto Asamura to face Yuji Nishino. It is the Eagles in their all home whites, or their traditional home whites with the maroon trim. Today, the Marines are in the black tops with the white pants. Interesting with the black tops on a bright sunny day, but that is what they're going with here today. So Ogo steps in. He's batting 282. He's got a homer and 6 runs batted in. And the first pitch is a fastball that just misses low for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Ogo batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Nishino, as he waggles the bat and waits here on the offering as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field, and Ogo is aboard with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first inning. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Moribayashi. Well, that'll give the home crowd something to get excited about. As the second pitch he sees, he delivers with a base knock into right field. 20th season of the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. They are celebrating all year long. They do have a championship under their belt, as they are only around for the, as we said, about 20 seasons. One of the newer clubs in the NPB. NPB did expand their farm system this year. They have 2 new clubs as they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Ogo. 2 new farm teams. So each farm team, or each NPB club, has a associated farm team, and then there's 2 other farm teams, and one would speculate that expansion will not be far behind. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Moribayashi. Moribayashi hitting .235 with a homer and 8 RBIs. Establishing his lead at first is Ogo, as the right-hander works himself to the set position. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. And that one's going to reach the seats, and now the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Expecting decent crowd over the next couple of days, although certainly not the glamour teams of the Marines and the Golden Eagles, but 2 pretty fair ball clubs who have a chance to be able to make the playoffs this year. In fact, I would say it's a toss-up between these 2 clubs. I think the Fighters are maybe a year away from being in that mix. As Nishino throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Ogo. And if I had to say who would make it, I probably would give the edge to the Marines. There's a fastball delivered. It's down. Off to second goes the runner Ogo, and he's going to steal second easily. So it's going to bring the count to 1-2 to Moribayashi, and it is a stolen base for Ogo. It's going to be his 5th of the year, and he is in scoring position here at the bottom of the first inning. Had a pretty good jump on the pitcher. He made it by a good solid couple of steps, and then the throw from the catcher Tamura was on the shortstop side of second base. Nice play there by the shortstop Tomosuji to have to reach behind and try to make the tag. But it was never going to be very close. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses down, and it's now a 2-2 to Moribayashi. Beautiful sunny sky. Not too many clouds in the area, just the odd wispy one here. And the attendance for this game, I would say pretty close to a full house. Tohoku, sometimes when we watch some of their games, it's a bit of a sketchy crowd sometimes. But this one here, with the Golden Week in effect, not too many empty seats to be had. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is line foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats, and the count remains at 2-2. Asamura to follow here in the bottom of the first inning. The veterans in the order here being Asamura, Shimochi, and Suzuki really have got to pick it up a little bit. They started slowly. They have started to make some inroads lately, but their averages for where they're hitting, not where they need to be. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly over to short, fielded neatly by Tomosuji, throws to first, and Moribayashi is retired. Ogo has to hold at second. We got one in the books, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. Well, the aforementioned Asamura, he's hitting .230. He's got a couple of homers and 16 runs batted in. The 33-year-old is still the captain of the ball club, as he bats here from the right side against the right-handed throwing Nishino. Nishino checks the runner at second and now delivers. There is a fastball that misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Michael in the house tonight, he says, let's go Marines. Well, that is probably the consensus choice for a lot of our listeners. We have people that do like Chiba, but very few actually pump a fist for the Golden Eagles. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Racing over and making the catch as he slides is the center fielder Oka. Tagging at second and heading to third is Ogo. What a play by the center fielder Oka. He got onto his horse. Went into the gap in right center field. Able to haul that one in. But not able to contain the runner at second base as the ball was taking him away from the infield to right center field, and he had the slide to haul that in. So 2 gone here as Asamura is retired, and that's going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Hiroki Shimouchi. Well, for Shimouchi on the season, he's hitting .205, no homers and 6 runs batted in. I have to say, last year he fell off quite a bit. A couple of years ago when we watched him hit, we always admired his approach at the plate. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Very disciplined, professional hitter. Doesn't give away at bats very often. But Shimouchi is on the wrong side of 30. He's 34 years old now. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. Much like Shogo Nakamura of the Marines, when you get to the other side of 30, when you have an off season, you really start to get concerned when they have back-to-back off seasons. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. Count is now 2-1. Sometimes it's a fluke. Maybe it's an injury. Maybe it's something that has slowed the player down. But back-to-back years, especially on the other side of 30, you have to start to be concerned. Here comes the 2-1 pitch as the right-hander works set. Checks the runner at third, now delivers. Breaking ball missing down and in. It's now 3-1 to Shimouchi. Waiting on deck is the former Marine, Daichi Suzuki. Right-hander against the left-hander. And Nishino gets his sign from the catcher, Tamura. He's ready to go again. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball taken for a called strike, and now that runs the count to 3-2. That breaking ball was right under the hands of the hitter Shimouchi as he came inside with it. It was more of a 12-6 type breaking ball. It wasn't like a slider or a sweeper or a cutter by any stretch. So here comes the 3-2 as the right-hander ready to deliver. Kicks and fires. And that is a split-finger pitch swung on and missed, and Shimouchi goes into the books for out number 3. That's going to do it here for the Eagles in their half of the inning. They threaten, but they don't score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are through 1 complete in Tohoku. Your score is Chiba 0 and Tohoku 0. We'll be back in just a few with all the action after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight. It is afternoon baseball, Japanese style. Your score is 0-0 as we go to the second. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We're a little slow getting back into the saddle as it is going to be the heart of the order coming up to bat for Chiba. And that means Gregory Polanco, Hisanori Yasuda, and Koki Yamaguchi to get things going here in the top of the second inning. And the first pitch delivered to Polanco is a fastball that misses up and away for ball one. Polanco batting .247 in the early going this year, 5 homers and 11 runs batted in. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line, slicing towards foul territory, but Hideto Asamura over the shoulder makes a nice catch. The third baseman was running out, and Polanco is going to be retired for the first out of the innings. So 1 up and 1 away. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Well, for Yasuda, he's batting .235 on the season, no homers and 3 runs batted in. He also bats from the left side here against the left-handed throwing Hikawa, as he kicks and delivers a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Yasuda getting the nod at first base here tonight, as the left-hander kicks and delivers a slow breaking ball swung on, and it's lifted foul into the netting behind home plate. The count goes now to 0-2. First of a 3-game set between these two ball clubs. There will be more Monday baseball in the Japanese League, as we will follow the Marines as they will take on the Saitama Cebu Lions in that rare Monday game. There's a fastball taken for a ball down low, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Yasuda. Our schedule is up on the channel, as we are going to be performing tonight, tomorrow, North American time, as well as Saturday and Sunday, as there's a fastball that misses, and the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Same 2 teams for the remainder of this series, and then we'll shuffle the deck next week and bring you somebody new. There's a fastball swung on and missed. That is going to put Yasuda in the books. He is gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Koki Yamaguchi. For Yamaguchi on the season, he's hitting .204. He's got a couple of homers and 7 runs batted in. There is some pop in this lineup for Chiba, as Polanco is the leader with 5. Also off the bench, Neftali Soto can swing it a little bit, but he is getting the day off in this one so far. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi with the 2 home runs. Polanco's got 5 and 2 for Fujioka in the lineup tonight here for the Marines. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1 to Yamaguchi. On the other side of the ledger, the Eagles have spread it around a little bit. The leader is Asamura with 2, but Ogo, Muribayashi, Okajima, and Tatsumi all check in with 1 each. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field, moving over just in front of the warning track, and making the catch is the right fielder Ogo, and that is going to do it here. 6 up and 6 down so far here for Chiba in this one, as they go in order in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is the Eagles 0 and the Marines 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight. Hang tight.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back to everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here for the Eagles in the bottom half of the second inning. That means Daichi Suzuki, Takeru Okajima, and Ryosuke Tatsumi to face the right-hander Yuji Nishino, who's back out for inning number 2. Suzuki hitting .246, no homers, and 5 RBIs. As we mentioned earlier in the stream, he began his career with the Chiba Ball Club and has been here for a while. We do have a little stoppage here as the umpires have all come in. I'm not sure what they're pointing to or what they're discussing. They are looking over towards the third base dugout. Okajima was standing over there, and there is quite a bit of things going on. It looks like it could be in the stands. Not sure what it is. I know that in the game in Arizona the other night, they had some bees. I don't think it would be the bee delay here, but whatever it is, I think they may have sorted it out. We'll just have to wait here another moment. Whatever it was, all 3 of the base umpires had come in. And it looks like that that's exactly what it is. You should see the size of this thing. It's on I think the third baseline, and I don't know if it's a bee or a wasp or a hornet or something. It's like a locust, the size of somebody's fist. So that's exactly what they had stopped it. It looks like it's on either the third baseline or the first baseline. They say it's a giant hornet. That is one big bug. That is for sure. That's over on the first base side. And now the first baseman, and now we do have a bit of a delay as they got to get this hornet off of here. And the first baseman for the Marines, Hisanori Yasuda, is making his way closer towards second base. He doesn't want any part of it. And this hornet now is making its way into the outfield, but it is absolutely massive. So just as we had a bee delay here in the other night in Arizona with the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, we've got a hornet delay right now. That's got to be one of the biggest ones I've ever seen, and it is a giant hornet, as Zay points out. So not sure what they're going to do with this one. I don't know if it's a solo effort or if they've got a bunch of them out there, or if it's definitely one they want to get away from. The second base umpire is making his way out into the outfield as the pitcher Nishino is getting his tune-up tosses, and it looks like we are ready to resume the action. So not the 2+ hour delay that we had in Arizona the other night. This one here is going to be resuming pretty quick. So as we said, Suzuki hitting .246, no homers and 5 RBIs. If he's smart, he wants to hit it to the hornet in the outfield there. Nobody might run and get the ball. So Nishino ready to go again as the first pitch of the inning is on the way. And he delivers a fastball, and it's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. The other part to that hornet was as big as it was really colorful as well. It was kind of strange. There's a fastball swung on, and it's hit into right center field, and this ball is going to get down in front of the center fielder Oka. It's going to be a leadoff single here for Suzuki, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Takeru Okajima. Well, back-to-back innings, the Eagles have led off with a base hit. In the first inning, they were unable to cash a run in, as Ogo was left stranded at third. So now Takeru Okajima striding to the plate, hitting .212 on the season. 1 homer and 6 runs batted in. Suzuki establishes his lead over at first. And here's the first pitch offered to Okajima. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. The 34-year-old Okajima batting from the left side here against Nishino. What we have here with the Golden Eagles is a old ball club in the middle of the order. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul over on the third base side. Count is 0-2. By no stretch do I consider 34 to be old in the terms of life, but in baseball terms, you're starting to become on the downside of your career. And so Samura, Shimauchi, Suzuki, Okajima, all on that wrong side. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball swung on and lifted foul over the third base dugout, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Okajima. Only one other game currently underway in the NPB. The other games, a couple more games get going at the top of the hour. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Okajima. But the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters seem to have the number of the Buffaloes lately, as they took 2 out of 3 last weekend against the Buffaloes. They've jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the top of the first inning against Orcs, as the Buffaloes are batting in the bottom of the first. Here comes the 1-2 offering as Nishino delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped over to third. They go to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. Nice job there by Suzuki to get down to second base to try to break up the double play. He went in with a hard slide. So that's going to go down as a fielder's choice. 5-4 erasing Suzuki. Okajima safe on the back end. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Just to finish off those other games, the games that start at the top of the hour, it's going to be the Carp hosting the Bay Stars, and the Swallows are going to host the Dragons. The other games go off at 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern. So if you're going to be up late night tonight, lots of NPB action through the night. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field corner. It's going to be down for a base hit. It's trouble. Rounding second and heading to third is Okajima. Ball's coming up. He's rounding third. He's heading home. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. And Tatsumi has got himself an RBI triple, and the Golden Eagles have jumped out to a 1-0 lead here against the Marines. So an RBI triple for Tatsumi, which gives him 9 RBIs now on the season. Scores Okajima all the way from first, and the Eagles are flapping their wings here in the bottom of the second inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Hikaru Oda. And for Oda, he's hitting 148 on the season, no homers and 3 runs driven in. I ruled out a triple. I'm interested to see if it was a double and if he went to third on the throw. I think they're probably going to rule it as a 3-bagger. As the first pitch offered to Oda is swung on and missed, the count is 0-1. The play at the plate was not close. And they did award a triple to Tatsumi. I'm sure if they would have came up throwing to third, I don't think they would have had an opportunity to make that play there either. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped over to third, fielded by the third baseman of the Marines. Nice play there by Nakamura. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Oda, holding at third. There's the runner. We're just going to get a check on that one. So ground out 5-3 in the books. Holding at third is Tatsumi. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. And for Kobakata on the year, he's hitting .221, no homers, and 5 runs batted in. As he takes a breaking ball down, and the count is 1-0. Kobakata a little bit off of his pace in terms of his batting. He's a lifetime .263 hitter. There's a fastball that misses outside. It's now 2-0. Doesn't have a lot of pop in the stick, but he can hit the odd home run from time to time. He had 13 home runs over his first 4 years in the NPB. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 3-0. But he can bunt and he can run the bases. He was at 36 stolen bases last year for the Golden Eagles. He's already got 10 this year. And at the rate he's going, he has a chance to be able to get at least 40 to 50 bags. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander works himself set again. And here's the pitch from Nishino. Breaking ball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul into the seats, well behind third base, and the count now goes full to Kobakata. 1-0 here as the Marines have taken the lead. The Eagles have taken the lead over the Marines. A triple by Ryosuke Tatsumi brought home Takeru Okajima with the only run of the ball game. As Kobakata has asked for time and steps out to take a couple of practice swings. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander delivers. Fastball misses up and away. It's going to be ball 4. It's going to be the first free pass of the game issued by Nishino. That's going to put runners on the corners, and it'll bring up the top of the order in Yuya Ogo. And as we had talked about with Kobakata being the runner at first, we got to think that he's got to be on the move on the first or second pitch here. I would not bat an eye if he's on the move right now. And in saying that, you got to keep your eye at the runner at third. Tatsumi can run a little bit as well. They have to be worried about a first and third or a double steal situation. Well, Ogo steps to the plate. He is 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single and he stole a base back in the first inning. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Nishino. Right-hander leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Tamura. And now he works himself to the set position. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field, coming in hard, and it's going to drop in front of the left fielder, Ishikawa, and going all the way around to third is Kobakata, and that's going to be an RBI single for Ogo, and that's going to increase the Eagles' lead to 2-0. Tatsumi scores from third, and going all the way around to third, Kobakata on that bleeder. They were in pretty much a no-doubles defense, and the outfield had to come a long way. It was a bit of a Bermuda triangle. It was between the shortstop, center fielder, and left fielder. The best chance was that of the left fielder, Ishikawa, to make a play. But he had to take it on the short hop, and it did get by him, but a nice play by the center fielder to back him up. So that puts runners at the corners with 2 gone, and it's going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Moribayashi. Well, for Moribayashi, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. Very similar situation. Keep our eye on Ogo, as both he and Kobakata like to run. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. And the question here is do you put the runner in motion? And if you do you let Moribayashi swing the bat? It's a hitter's count here at 1-0. Our friend Casino Official says, how many outs are 2 gone here? In the bottom half of the second inning, as that fastball misses in, and the count now goes to 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Moribayashi. The runner at third, Kobakata. The runner at first, Ogo. 2 gone here in the second inning. 2-0. Eagles have the lead over the Marines. And here comes the 2-0 offering. Fastball misses inside. It's now 3-0. There is an open base, but Hideo Asamura looming on deck, the captain of the Golden Eagles, is not somebody you want to face with the bases loaded. He is a run producer. So here comes the 3-0 pitch as the right-hander works set. Now delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Moribayashi. Right-hander Nishino looking to come all the way back. He fell behind 3-0 to Kobakata moments ago. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Off to second goes Ogo. He's going to slide safely with a stolen base. His second stolen base of the night. They did not make the throw down as they had come up and pumped the throw to third. as they thought that maybe that Kobakata would be on his way. So that is a stolen base for Ogo number 2 on the evening. Puts 2 runners in scoring position, but the count is now full to Moribayashi. And here comes the 3-2. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to get into the corner. It's going to be extra bases. 1 run is home. Another run is home. And that ball is going to get cut off, and it is going to be Moribayashi sliding into third with the team's second triple of the inning. And he's got himself a pair of RBIs, and it is now a 4-0 lead here for the Golden Eagles at the bottom half of the second inning. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. So the pitcher, Hayakawa, is going to have a lot to work with here today, as he's been given a 4-run cushion. That ball just barely made it inside the foul line, as Moribayashi triples into the right field corner. The outfielders were playing shallow as they had to try to be in a position where they could throw somebody out at the plate on a base hit. And here comes the first pitch to Asamura. It's a fastball swung on, popped up down the first base line, giving chase as the first baseman Yasuda as well as the second baseman Fujioka, but it's going to drift into the seats. The count is quickly 0-1 to Asamura. So runner at third, Moribayashi with 2 gone here in the inning. And Asamura in the hole at 0-1. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving over and underneath it and making the catch is Ishikawa, and that is going to do it. But there was damage done and lots of it. The Eagles throw a crooked number up on the board here as they score 4 runs in the inning on the benefit of 4 hits. There was no errors and there was 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the top of the third. The Eagles 4, the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The first pitch to Tomosuji was taken for a called strike, and then Hayakawa delivers a breaking ball that misses down in the dirt, and the count runs even to 1-1. Only 20 pitches for the Golden Eagles lefty through the first 2 innings. Tomosuji batting here with a .269 average. He's got no homers and 5 runs batted in. As there's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. Eagles jumped out to a 4-0 lead here, as they had been able to cash in that bottom of the second inning. The big blows, the triple by Tatsumi, knocking in a run, and a triple by Moribayashi, knocking in a pair. And there is a fastball swung on, and this is going to be grounded into center field. Tomosuji is going to get the first hit of the ball game for the Marines. So he's aboard with a leadoff single here in the top of the third inning, as it just got past the glove of the shortstop Moribayashi. and they have a runner aboard. There's nothing worse than when you go out and score a bunch of runs, and then you let the other team come back and get a couple of. So they need a shutdown inning here from the lefty Hayakawa. That brings up the catcher Katsuhiro Tamura. Tamura batting 176, no homers and a couple RBIs as the lefty holds set. Now he throws over to first base, and easily diving back is Tomosuji. Lefty working to the set position, checks the runner at first, kicks and delivers a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I think Tamura might have wanted that one back the way his body language was displayed. So no balls and one strike. Lefty Hayakawa checks the runner at first. Now delivers a fastball missing upstairs, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As we keep our eye on that out-of-town scoreboard, still 3-0 for the Fighters. As that game has now moved to the top of the second inning, as that's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count 1-2 to Tamura. The pitcher Hayakawa gets himself a new baseball. He goes down for the rosin bag, and he's ready to go again. As it's one here to the right-handed hitting catcher of the Marines. Here comes the pitch. Lefty kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. Looks like they got that hornet problem resolved, as we haven't seen hide or hair of it since. But as we said, as our friend Zay was watching it earlier, said that was a big giant hornet. I wonder what that would be like for the sting. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Tamura. He stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched that go by for out number 1. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. Just back to that hornet for a moment. I wonder what the damage would be on a hornet type of sting. That thing was huge. I know obviously wasps and bees and yellow jackets, different types of hornets here in North America, but the size of that thing, absolutely massive. So here comes the first offering to Nakamura. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. Count is quickly 0-1. Nakamura struggling again this year. He was another one that I was talking about, much like some of the players for Tohoku. Nakamura here, batting 179. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, moving over underneath it and making the catch. As the left fielder Okajima, he's going to be retired as Nakamura for out number 2. That'll bring up the top of the order in Hiromi Oka. Our friend New Bean TV says, anyone in chat like any bets in the next 2 games? Well, from our end of things, we posted our picks on our channel on the community page, so you'll have to go and take a look at those if you're interested on the Last Raps Baseball channel. So here comes the first offering to Oka as the lefty works himself to the set. Instead, he throws over to first, and diving back in time is the base runner Tomosuji. Dubin said he didn't see it. I got him up a little late today, but we did post them up. We do them every day, and we keep our running tally underneath. There's a fastball swung on. It's popped up over on the right side of the infield. Moving back underneath it is the second baseman, Kobakade. He's there. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. Well, the Marines, they strand a leadoff single by Tomosuji, and then they go in order after that. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 2.5. Your score is the Eagles 4 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Our friend New Bean says that he is his first time here. We're glad you could make it in. We'll be back in just a few, right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to come to bat for the Golden Eagles. That means Shimauchi, Suzuki, and Okajima to face the right-hander Nishino for inning number 3. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. 41 pitches through the first 2 innings for the Marines right-hander. As they are ready to go again, our friend Devin is in this here. He says he's got this game under 9. As that fastball is swung on, it's lifted into straightaway center field. And that is going to be hauled in by the center fielder Oka for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. Our friend Cress says he made it in tonight. He goes, I didn't know what to bet, though. He said, I kind of wanted the Buffaloes to make the comeback of the century. Well, they are at home, but they haven't been able to unlock the key to success against the Fighters to this point. So Daichi Suzuki coming to bat here. He is a 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single his first time up, and he takes that breaking ball down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Suzuki batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Nishino, and he waits on the 1-0 offering. Pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As we mentioned earlier, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. Same 2 teams. We'll stay with this whole series for the next couple of nights, and then we'll follow the Marines to Saitama to see them take on the Lions. There's a breaking ball that misses down. It's now 2-1 to Suzuki. Really hoping over the next couple of nights that we'll see a Roki Sasaki start, as there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Moving back over to his right is Oka, and he's able to run it down. And Suzuki is retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Takara Okajima. Center fielder Oka has been a busy man already in this inning when he's not been having to stop balls hit out his way. He's hauled 3 fly balls in so far. Oka having himself a nice evening on the defensive side for the Marines. So here comes the first offering to Okajima. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As mentioned, we will keep you up to date on the out-of-town scores. The other games that are going to be coming up here will be at the 2 of them will start at the top of the hour. Fastball misses upstairs. Count runs even to 1-1 on Okajima. Been working on the back end of our stuff a little bit, giving you guys a little bit more information as there's a split figure pitch swung on and missed. The count is 1-2. More entertainment in between the innings as much as we possibly can. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Okajima as the right-hander works set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded softly over to second, fielded neatly by the second baseman Fujioka, who throws to first. Okajima retired, and that is the first 3 innings in the books. We're moving along at a pretty good clip. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard here. We are now moving to the top of the 4th inning. Your score is the Eagles 4 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. back, everybody. We are cruising to the top of the fourth inning. It's going to be Yudai Fujioka, Shingo Ishikawa, and Gregory Polanco to come to bat here in inning number 4 for Chiba. We are doing this live on YouTube and on Twitch. We don't put a whole lot of effort into our Twitch streams, but if you are in the area code over there, don't forget to drop us a follow there as well. But our mainstay is on the tube. The first pitch here offered by Hayakawa is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Fujioka tonight lined out to the right fielder his first time up. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. We talked about at the beginning of the year doing about 150 games. As the pitch is a breaking ball that misses down. We're a little behind on schedule right now for that, but we are going to pick up the pace. 2 balls and 1 strike to Fujioka as he bats here against the left-handed throwing Hayakawa. Here comes the 2-1. Fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Only 32 pitches delivered in the first 3 innings by the Tohoku lefty. So at this pace, we expect him to be around for a while. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called third strike. Oh, an emphatic call by the home plate umpire, and that is going to retire Fujioka for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He's now 7 for 13 in the early going the season. As the lefty works himself to the position and delivers a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Left-hander against the right-hander. Ishikawa waggling the bat. Takes a breaking ball down in the dirt, and the count runs even to 1-1. Hayakawa, the lefty, gets his sign, and he delivers a fastball. Swung on. This ball is looped into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of the right fielder, Ogo. So Ishikawa continues his hot hitting. He is now 8 for 14 in the early going this year, as he's got himself a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. I was about to say about Hayakawa, we saw him make his debut a few years ago in 2021. The left-hander basically been a little less than a 500 pitcher throughout his career. The soon-to-be 26-year-old was taken out of Waseda University in the first round of the 2020 draft, as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Polanco. Wind is blowing straight in from center field. A large traveling contingent of Marines fans here for this one tonight. The 0-1 on the way. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Polanco. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the lefty works set again and delivers fastball that just misses down. It's now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We were chuckling a little bit about our picks. We certainly have had some moments this year, not always great ones. But certainly the fighters have been a bit of a conundrum for us, especially against the Buffaloes, as that fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line, but it's going to slice into the seats, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Polanco. Picking baseball is hard, and we're just talking straight up, not even the spreads or anything else. Picking straight up in baseball is difficult, especially when you don't get a chance to see the lineup. We try to make our picks earlier in the day. Lineups get out or posted usually within an hour of game time, and That can sometimes dictate a lot. When you think of the statistic that they use in Major League Baseball, wins above replacement, make a huge impact when you're selecting your lineups. There's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and Polanco goes in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. And if our math is correct, that would be the fifth strikeout recorded tonight by the lefty Hayakawa. So 2 in the books, and that brings up the first baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Yasuda is 0 for 1 tonight. He has struck out his only trip to the plate, as the lefty kicks and delivers a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Lefty Hayakawa getting his sign and ready to go back to work. He delivers a fastball, taking at the knees for a called strike. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Yasuda. They have announced the starters for tomorrow, as CC Mercedes is going to take to the hill. And it'll be against, we'll just get that for you in a second, as there's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be Seiru Uchi who takes to the hill for Tohoku tomorrow night. So Mercedes against Uchi. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yasuda. As we said, we were kind of looking forward to hopefully catching Roki Sasaki in one of these starts, if not tomorrow or Sunday, possibly in the Monday ball game. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yasuda here. Other starters announced for tomorrow night. It's going to be Espinoza going for the Buffaloes against Kato of the Fighters. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed, and Yasuda goes down on strikes. That is the side retired all via the strikeout by Hayakawa. No runs, 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Your score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 4, the Chiba Lotte Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for listening in. We'll come back and chat with the chat when we return after this. Hang tight, everybody. It is the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Tatsumi Oda and Kobakata here in the bottom of the 4th inning to get things going against Nishino. 51 pitches for the right-hander as we enter the bottom of the 4th. Breaking ball misses down. Our friend Devin says, did we take a bet on this game personally? We actually did a parlay today as we took all 6 games. But the way it's looking right now, as the Fighters are out to a lead, our ticket would be blown sideways pretty quickly on the night, as that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I do the parlays. I don't put much money down on it. I just throw a few bucks here and there for fun. But we do the money line most nights, as that breaking ball misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike, but it's more for fun more than anything else, as we enjoy just being able to follow along. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses down, and the count is now 3-1 to Tatsumi. Tatsumi opened the scoring in the second inning as his RBI triple brought home Takeru Okajima with the first run of the ball game. As the right-hander ready to go again, delivers a breaking ball. That's taken for a call and strike. Tatsumi started to make his way down to first base, but the right hand of the umpire, the home plate umpire, was able to bring him back. So here comes the 3-2 now from Nishino. As he kicks and delivers a fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander again kicks and delivers. Fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, the home plate umpire is having a lot of fun tonight. Very emphatic call of the third strike here to Tatsumi. And he's gone for the first out of the inning. He's rung up a couple of Marines, and now he's had his opportunity to ring up a Golden Eagle. I have to say, though, the way that catcher received the ball, Tamura, it looked like he had got chicken winged. As he got chicken winged, it took him away. There's a breaking ball, waved at and missed. And the count is 0-1 to Oda. Oda batting 143 now on the season, 4 for 28. No homers and 3 runs driven in. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field, giving chase is Oka, but it's going to get down and it's going to get all the way to the wall. And digging for second is Oda, and he's going to cruise in with a stand-up double. You can't give up on the center fielder Oka. He covers a lot of ground. But that ball was just able to get out of his reach. And it got down into the gap in right center field. And Oda legs himself a 1-out double here, and that will bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. Well, for Kobakata, he is officially 0 for 0 tonight. He had walked and scored as he was brought home on the 2-run triple by Murabayashi. The right-hander Nishino checks the runner at second and now delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Golden Eagles looking to blow this game apart here as they are on a 4-0 lead right now. Kind of digging in here and waiting on the offering from Nishino. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled off the shin guard of the left-handed hitting second baseman, and now the count goes to 0-2. Kobakata getting the start at second base is in the 9-hole of the batting order, so it'll be Yuya Ogo who waits his turn on deck. Kobakata hopefully, or hoping in his case, to try to extend the inning here. As the pitch on the way is a fastball, and it's lined foul into the netting down the right field line. Count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. When this one is over, depending on the other ball games, we may try to jump in and give a little extended look at some of the other games that are going on. I'll do a little after-hours type deal. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, that's the second punch out of the inning. Kobakata down on strikes for out number 2, and that's going to leave it up to the top of the order in Yuya Ogo. Well, for Ogo, he's been very productive tonight. He is 2 for 2. He's got an RBI, and he has stolen 2 bases. Ogo striding to the plate, ready to face Nishino for the 3rd time. As the right-hander works himself to the set. He checks the runner, and here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Sometimes hitters just seem to have a way with certain pitchers. He's raised his season average now up to 295 with a homer and 7 runs driven in. And here comes the pitch from the righty Nishino. It's a fastball swung on his chop slowly down the first base line. And Nishino is going to let it roll foul. He was a little quicker off the mound. He might have been able to make a play, but the speed of the runner, Ogo, made it very, very difficult. Wise decision there by Nishino to let that one roll foul. As there's now 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting right fielder of the Golden Eagles. Runner at third, Oda, 2 gone here in the 4th. Ogo at the plate. As the right-hander Nishino gets his sign from the catcher Tamura. He checks the base runner at second, checks him again, and now delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Ogo. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Right-hander again leans in, gets the sign from his catcher, and he works to the set position. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball misses way outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. For those of you who are looking for odds sometimes on the NPB, there is a pretty good site called Odds Portal that runs it out there, and they were calling, obviously, the Golden Eagles as the favorite tonight, as that fastball is ripped foul down the right field line, and the count remains at 2-2. The Buffaloes were the home favorite tonight, and right now they find themselves trailing 3-0 to the hands of the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. Bay Stars are on the board in the first inning. They lead the Carp 1-0. The Dragons and Swallows are underway, and that score is locked up at 0 apiece. So here comes the 2-2 pitch from Nishino as he checks the runner again at second and delivers another fastball, and another one swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2-2. This is starting to turn into a bit of a battle here between Nishino and Ogo. Tohoku fans out in droves today in a beautiful sunshiny afternoon. It was 1 o'clock local time was the first pitch, as the 2-2 pitch is ready to come here. And it is a fastball that misses down. It runs the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shino goes to the back of the mound. He gets the rosin bag, loads himself up, and we're ready to go again. And here comes the 3-2 offering as the right-hander ready to go. Checks the runner at second base again. And now the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded softly over to second, fielded by Fujioka. He throws to first, and Ogo is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3. He goes in the books for out number 3. They strand a runner. The 1-out double by Oda. He is not able to advance. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. Your score is the Golden Eagles 4 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a bit. Welcome back, everybody. The left-hander Takahisa Hayakawa has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to resume the action. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat. That means Koki Yamaguchi, Tatsuki Tomosuji, and Tetsuhiro Tamura to face the left-hander here in the top of the 5th inning. For Yamaguchi, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to right field his first time up. 20 for 99 to start the season. He's batting .202 with a couple of homers and 7 runs driven in. As the left-hander kicks and delivers a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. This is often an inning, the 5th inning, where people will duck in to our crowd. So if you're new here, we appreciate you guys for being with us. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 2-0. Our friend Ja asks, can the Marines still win, do you think? Yeah, I do, because I don't think much of the Eagles bullpen these days. As the 2-0 is on the way, there is a fastball swung on, is grounded in deep short. Great play by Murray Biashi. He throws to first, and they're able to get the runner by a half a step. Oh, Murray Biashi was absolutely deep into the 6 hole, threw off his back leg, able to make a great play to retire Yamaguchi for the first out of the inning. I don't know if you guys were aware that one of the bullpen arms last year, Enraku, who was pretty productive over the last couple of years for the Golden Eagles, he basically had his contract terminated. There was a fastball taken for a called strike to Atsuki Tomosuji. Tomosuji got the first hit of the ball game, and they had the leadoff single in the 3rd inning as he takes a fastball for a called strike. So apparently, as the story went, Enraku was harassing some of his teammates. Fastball swung on, grounded slowly down the 3rd baseline, fielded by Asamura. He throws on the run. That is going to retire Tomosuji on a ground-out 5-3, second out of the inning. And Enraku was a high-leverage pitcher. In other words, he was pitching in the 7th and 8th inning, usually when the team had a lead. And basically what ended up happening is he just kind of hauled it in, like he packed it in. Or I guess they fired him, and so they said, or at least, the team had actually kind of said, we're going to fire you or terminate your contract, as they would put it in Japan. And he doesn't have a job, and he's out of baseball as far as I know at this point in time. As the first pitch is a fastball that misses up. And the pitch is now a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and count is 1-1. So you take out Enraku out of the bullpen, and then they lost Yuki Matsui to the San Diego Padres. So there's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. Really, it has been they're hard pressed to add to the back end of the bullpen. So yeah, to answer the question in a long-winded way, as that breaking ball misses upstairs for 3-1 to Tamura, I do think that the bullpen of the Golden Eagles is vulnerable. And I do think if the Marines can somehow chase the starter here, they've got a chance to be able to win this ball game. As there's a fastball taken, it is a ball grounded on one hop to the shortstop, Murray Biashi, who makes a nice backhanded play. He throws to first, and Tamura is gone on a ground out 6-3 for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. As the top of the 5th has come to a conclusion, we are now moving to the bottom of the 5th. Your score is the Golden Eagles 4 and the Marines no score. We'll be back in just a few after this, as our friend Titus is in the house. We're glad you can make it in here for this one tonight. Hang tight, everybody. Bottom half of inning number 5 just around the corner. Bottom of the 5th inning, just around the corner, 4-0 for the Eagles over the Marines. We'll be back in 30 right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the fifth inning, and it's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order to come to bat for the Golden Eagles. That means it's Suki Moribayashi, Hideto Asamura, and Hiroki Shimouchi to face the right-hander Yuji Nishino, who is on for his fifth inning of work. Moribayashi, 1 for 2 this evening. He tripled his last time up and knocked in a pair of the Golden Eagle runs. He is also grounded to short. 72 pitches through the first 4 innings for the Chiba right-hander, who delivers a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Moribayashi has made some outstanding plays at shortstop so far in this one tonight. And they both came in that last half inning. There's a ground ball hit to short, and this time it is juggled by the shortstop, Tomosuji. He's not going to be able to come up with it and make the play. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. So just as we're talking about Moribayashi being pretty slick with his glove in the last half inning, he gets aboard on an error by the shortstop, Tomosuji. Is going to put the runner at first. With nobody out, that brings up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. Well, for Asamura tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has flown to center and flown to left in his 2 trips to the plate. Batting here against the right-handed throwing Nishino, who delivers a first pitch fastball that misses up and in for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Asamura has seen his average dip to 225. He does have a couple of homers, but the 16 RBIs is what is most impressive. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down the left field line, just foul. The ball boy down the left field line had picked up his chair and came flying out onto the field of play as that ball was hooked foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Asamura. So Nishino ready to go again, ready to face the right-handed hitting Asamura as the pitcher comes set, now delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. Way back, looking up, and this one is gone. A home run. Hideto Asamura has padded the lead for the Golden Eagles. It is now a 6-0 lead here. So just like that, an error and then a bomb. And the Marines are now looking at a 6-run deficit. 3rd homer of the year by Asamura as Moribayashi cashes in front of him. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Hiroki Shimouchi. So I'm not sure what the over-under line would have been for these first 5 innings, but one would have to think that the first 5 has probably been an over at this point, at least on the early line. Well, that brings Shimouchi to the plate, who is 0 for 2 tonight. And he swings through a first pitch breaking ball. The count is quickly 0-1. He struck out in the first and he flew out in the third. Did the Eagles' designated hitter. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to second, fielded deeply in the 4-hole by Fujioka, and he makes the throw to first. And that is going to retire Shimouchi on a ground out 4-3. So 1 in the books here, and that brings up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. Well, for Suzuki tonight, he is 1 for 2. He was raced in a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning, and he's flown to center field. As the first pitch is on its way, it's a fastball missing down, and the count is quickly 1-0. Suzuki batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Nishino, and there's a fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, Fujioka, who throws to first. And he's got back-to-back assists, as that's a ground out 4-3 as well. So 2 gone, and that's going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Takeru Okajima. So just as a reminder for all of those who do come in to listen, we like to call it Japanese halftime, as they do take an extended break between the fifth and the sixth innings. And when that happens, we too will take an extended break as we will put the music on loop and we'll go get ourselves a refreshed beverage as we can continue the call here for you tonight. Here comes the first offering to Okajima. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep center field. Camping out underneath it is Oka. He's there. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it. But the damage has been done yet again here. An error to lead off the inning. The bat of Murray Biashi and a 2-run homer by Hideo Asamura. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left the board. We are now through 5 complete. Your score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 6th. And the Chiba Lotte Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back just a bit with all the action right after this. Thank you guys for stopping in and listening to the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be cruising here now to the last half or the top half of the 6th inning as they are still doing a little bit of field maintenance. I often wonder if it's a little bit longer time in Tohoku than it is in other places because of the all dirt infield featured in the Pacific League, as they are just going through the highlights. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Tohoku Ball Club. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And surprisingly, no errors, because we would have had an error on the Murray Biashi ball, but it looks like they have ruled it a hit. So I guess that's the home cooking that you get when you have that. So that would have been a earned run. I'm not so sure about that. I think the shortstop should have been able to make that play, Tomosuji, in the last half inning. But that is the way it goes. Other scores, the Swallows have now opened up their scoring against the Dragons in the bottom of the first. Bay Stars still lead the Carp 1-0 and 3-0 for the Fighters over the Buffaloes. And our friend Mr. Cap in the house tonight says, how we doing? We're doing pretty good. He wants to know how we watch the games. There's a variety of different ways that you can go and get your streams. It really depends on what country that you're in as well. We used to talk about it quite a bit ad nauseum last year. DAZN used to carry the games in the United States for a while. I don't know if they're still picking up the NPB. Other places that you could go and watch the games sometimes, there's Live QQ. ABC out of Hawaii used to pick up feeds up until a few years ago, but seems like I think they are done with that now. You also, if you have VPNs, you can pick up some different ways. We had a few people send us some different pieces. You can get games out of Taiwan in different places. We don't do that particularly. There's also the QQ that a lot of people will jump on here, but you're going to have to be doing some scrolling through some Chinese. So those are just different ways in which you can do it, depending upon what it is. Pacific League TV also is available, and you have to have some pieces to that as well. Well, it is going to be Hayakawa coming back out for inning number 6, 61 pitches through 5. He is just getting himself ready to go here, and we will be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in. 6-0 for the Golden Eagles. Hang tight. We'll be right back in just a few with all the action. Inning number 6 just around the corner. Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Devin says he's going to be back, especially if his under hits. Well, hopefully you come back. I don't know if the under is going to hit here. It must be under 15, because I have a feeling there's going to be a few more runs produced here tonight in this one. Shogo Nakamura, Hiromi Oka, and Yudai Fujioka to come to bat here in inning number 6 to face the lefty Takahisa Hayakawa. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Nakamura tonight 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his only time up. Friend Devin and both Mr. Cap, appreciate you guys for jumping in tonight as the fastball is taken for a called strike and the count is even at 1-1. I kind of remember a few years ago, when we first started doing this, we'd literally be sitting here with 2 people in the stream as there was a fastball swung on and lined into shallow left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Nakamura is aboard with his first hit of the night. It's going to be the third by the Marines. Leadoff single here, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Hiromi Oka. There was a fellow, Ben Roberts, who was in the Cleveland area at the time. He was living in Yokohama. Haven't seen Ben in the stream in a little bit. Of course, when you're on the Eastern time zone, it makes it a little difficult. And we had a fellow who was from a Korean fellow who was in Vietnam. And there were 2 people that were in here on quite on a regular basis, as there's a breaking ball that just misses up, and the count is 1-0 to Oka. Oka 0 for 2. He has grounded to second and has popped to second. But those 2 were there, and then we started to get a few more people along the way, and Now we have a number of people that like to listen in as a fastball is swung on and lifted into the seats, foul on the first base side. Get into the Japan series. We had, I think last year, we had over 100 people at one point in time in the listening in the stream between here and also the what we were calling on Twitch as well. But to be honest with you, I don't know what the sweet spot would be for listeners. I would think probably between 40 and 50. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the right field line and racing over and making a sliding catch is the right fielder Ogo. What a play by him. That ball was slicing toward the foul line. He got on his horse and he had to make a sliding catch. If that ball would have got down, it would have been a lot of trouble as he slid, and it's not a lot of real estate between the foul line and the right field stands. There's maybe only about 8 to 10 feet, but he slid and carried himself into foul territory, but that retires Oka for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Yudai Fujioka, who tonight is 0 for 2. He has lined to right, and he has struck out looking his 2 trips to the plate. Our friend Devin says Live Bets has them at under 8. So he's thinking about sprinkling some of that so he can cover as that breaking ball is swung on and missed. Count now is 0-1. Nick says, I had hopped on the live first 5 inning over at 5.5. Nice job there, Nick. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is the left fielder Okajima, and that is going to retire Fujioka for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and that's going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Our friend Nick says he desperately needed that 2-run homer. Yeah, that pushed you over the top for sure. And probably the error to go with it that they didn't call an error. They awarded a base hit. Friend Arizona Cardinals is in the house tonight. Appreciate you for stopping in. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Ishikawa. Ishikawa tonight is 1 for 2. He has a single and 2 trips. He's also struck out. He is 8 for 14 to start the season. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Nick says he's pretty surprised that the over is sitting at 7.5. Casino official says, I don't think Chiba gets any runs. Well, the way Hayakawa is pitching is, you're absolutely correct. He keeps in here. It may be a very tough night at the office for the Marines. I don't know what his leash will be for the number of pitches, as that breaking ball is waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. Also have to wonder, though, if this game ended up being a 7 or 8 run lead for the Eagles, what type of relievers we would see with that type of spread. Might be a couple of late consolation points added by Chiba at that point. Yeah, I'm surprised they actually ruled that a hit, to be honest with you, Nick. Backhand play should have been made, and he probably had a chance to get the runner as well. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And you could just smell it coming right before you have to face Asamura. Asamura just feasts in those situations. And the pitcher was probably talking to himself, upset. Lost a little concentration and put the ball right to the sweet spot of the bat of Asamura. So here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we said, once this game is done, we may stick around a little bit and see if we can get ourselves a feed. I don't know if I'll be able to give you as good a quality of play-by-play, but at least keep you up to date on some of the things that were going on. As the breaking ball misses in the dirt, it's now 3-2 to Ishikawa. Well, 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 gone. The runner, Nakamura, is going to be on the move once the pitcher delivers to the plate. as the lefty Hayakawa gets his sign from the catcher Oda. And now he works himself to the belt. Here comes the 3-2. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses down. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to be the first walk of the evening, or the afternoon, I should say, issued by the lefty Hayakawa, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. It's also going to bring the catcher Oda out to have a word with his pitcher. So the runner at second is Nakamura. The runner at first, Ishikawa. 2 gone here in the 6th inning. And it brings Gregory Polanco to the plate. Polanco 0 for 2 tonight. He has popped to third, and he has struck out in his 2 trips. Left-hander versus left-hander matchup. Our friend Casino Official says he is subscribed, and that's great. We appreciate all the support. As we said, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow and on the next 2 nights, 9 o'clock Pacific or midnight Eastern. First pitch fastball, take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Polanco. Nick says top of the 6th. Yeah, as Arizona Cardinals asked the question, the ticker is running across the bottom of the screen, so you can pick it up from there. So no balls and 1 strike as the lefty holds set. Hayakawa delivers. There is a fastball swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2 on Polanco. And just as Nick says, 2 on and 2 out it is. So no balls and 2 strikes to Polanco, as the Marines are threatening here for the first time with 2 gone in the top of the 6th inning. Lefty Hayakawa works himself to the set, checks the runners, now delivers. Fastball just misses low. Oh, that was a good pitch, but not good enough for the right-hander or the umpire to go up with his right hand. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. I have to say, that was probably a good call by the umpire. It just looked like it was a little bit below the knee of the hitter, and the catcher, in fairness to Oda, did a great job of getting underneath the pitch and trying to make it a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is as the lefty holds set. Now kicks and delivers a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and it's now 2-2. So as Nick says, deuces are wild. That is for sure. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, and 2 runners aboard. Something has to give here. Gregory Polanco knew it all along it wasn't a strike. So here comes the 81st pitch of the ball game for Hayakawa, and it's on its way. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side, and the count remains at 2-2. My friend Troy in the house tonight. No Detroit Tiger action for Troy, so he's stumbled in here. We're glad you did, Troy. Hope you're doing well. The Motor City Kitties had the day off today, as it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco. Lefty holds set, checks the runners. And Hayakawa delivers a breaking ball that misses down. A nice stop there by the catcher, Oda. That's going to run the count to 3-2. And now the runners are going to be in motion here as there's 2 gone in the inning. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Marines looking to try to claw their way back into this one as they're down by an unconverted touchdown. And here comes the 3-2 from Hayakawa. He kicks and delivers. Runners on the go, and there's a fastball swung on and missed. Polanco down on strikes. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for Chiba in their half of the 6th. Well, they threaten, but they don't score. They strand a pair. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Golden Eagles 6, the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few. Appreciate you all for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom third of the batting order. It'll be Tatsumi, Oda, and Kobakata to come to bat. We're just waiting to see if it is still going to be the starter Nishino coming back out for inning number 6. And it is, as the first pitch is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1 to Ryosuke Tatsumi. Tatsumi opened the scoring tonight with a RBI triple, driving home Okajima in the second inning. He is 1 for 2 in this one, as he takes a fastball for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. They have scored in bunches of the Golden Eagles. They scored 4 in the second inning. It's a collection of hits and then a 2-run homer by Hideto Asamura in inning number 5. Have them out to a 6-0 lead as there's a split finger pitch missing down, and the count is 1-2 to Tatsumi. 82 pitches through the first 5 innings for Nishino, and one would have to think that this will probably be his last tour on the mound in this one, as the fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander gets a new baseball. He goes to the rosin bag. He rubs it up, and he's ready to go. As the left-handed hitting Golden Eagle center fielder waiting on the offering. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is a fastball swung on. It is chopped foul right at home plate. Fielded by the catcher, and the count remains at 2-2. One would have to think that maybe Nishino doesn't get through this inning. If they get to the top of the order, they might come out and hook him, but have to wait and see what the Marines have in mind. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, fastball swung on, grounded to the shortstop Tomosuji, who fields it as he moves to his left. He throws to first, and Tatsumi's in the book, sets a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 eagle up and 1 eagle down, and that'll bring up the catcher, Hikaru Oda. We mentioned at the top of the stream tonight that this particular ball game here was a battle between 2 teams that were tied for 4th spot. Both were 12, 14, and 1. As the first pitch fastball misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Oda. Oda's had a double in 2 trips tonight, raising his season average to 172. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses inside, the count is now 2-0. Not much to see between these 2 teams. Both were sitting 6.5 games behind the Hawks for 4th and 5th place, and they were only percentage points behind the Buffaloes. So there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 2-1. Hawks really jumping out on everybody here and starting to separate themselves, other than the Fighters, who are hanging around in 2nd place. As the 2-1 breaking ball catches the inside corner, it's now 2-2. As we said, Buffalo's in that 3rd spot, but the Marines have given up 16 more runs than what they have scored this year. A bit of floundering as a team with a 238 average. Fastball swung on, grounded over to 3rd. Fielded neatly by the 3rd baseman, Nakamura, who throws to 1st. That's going to be a ground out 5-3. That retires Oda for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the 2nd baseman, Hirota Kobakata. Well, for Kobakata, he strides to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight officially. He walked and scored a run in the 2nd and struck out looking in inning number 4. His average has dipped to 218 on the season. As the first pitch breaking ball is taken for a called strike, the count is 0-1. Kobakata tied for the league lead last year in stolen bases with Yukio Shudo of the Fukuoka Ball Club. As the right-hander delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and now Nishino is way ahead at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The base on balls really has not hurt Nishino tonight. He's only walked 1 batter. As there's a fastball swung on, it's grounded over to short. Fielded by Tomosuji, they throw to 1st. That's going to retire Kobakata on a ground out 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here in the 6th inning for the Eagles. So the middle frames go fairly quickly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete. Your score is the Golden Eagles 6 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The top of the 7th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a few. We'll be right back in just a few. Here is our friend Matt Hollis, for those of you who are new to us.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat for the Marines here in inning number 7. The first pitch delivered by the lefty Hayakawa is a breaking ball that misses outside to Hisanori Yasuda. 1 ball and no strikes. Yasuda tonight is 0 for 2. He has struck out both of his times to the plate against the lefty as he takes another breaking ball outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Yasuda, Yamaguchi, and Tomosuji here to face the left-hander Hayakawa in inning number 7. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. One of the fellas in the stream asked earlier, can the Marines still come back? As I said, as long as Hayakawa is on the mound doing what he's doing, it's going to be difficult, but get into the bullpen, you never know what's going to happen here as the fastball is swung on and missed. The count goes to 2-2. I would think that if Hayakawa gets through this inning here rather unscathed, I would think he's coming out for the 8th. I just don't know if they'll bring him back for the 9th. Here's the 2-2. Fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Yasuda. He's got the sombrero, the golden sombrero here as he's gone down on strikes for out number 1. 3 times to the plate tonight against Hayakawa, and 3 times he has gone down on strikes. So that is going to bring up the right fielder, Koki Yamaguchi. And if I do a quick strikeout check, that's number 8 by our count here in the books for Hayakawa tonight. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Yamaguchi tonight 0 for 2. He has flown to right and grounded to short his 2 trips to the plate. As there's a fastball that just misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friends that listen to us in Great Britain, hopefully you guys catch the replay here today. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 2-1. Sometimes when we do the games live in the middle of the night during the week, we get the European crowd that jumps in. Not always the gambling crowd. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Yamaguchi. This one here is a little bit early for that crowd, though. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 gone here in the top of the 7th inning. Yamaguchi batting here, Tomosuji to follow, and pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, lifted into right field. This ball is at the edge of the warning track, and reaching up and making the catch is the right fielder Ogo, and that is going to retire Yamaguchi for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop Atsuki Tomosuji. And for Tomosuji, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. Batting from the right side here against the lefty Hayakawa, who delivers a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tomosuji has raised his season average to 275. That base hit back in the third inning as he takes a fastball for a called strike. The count is 1-1. There's a breaking ball swung on. It has popped up into shallow center field. Coming in on it is Tatsumi. Battles the wind a little bit, but he makes the catch, and that is going to retire Tomosuji for the third out of the inning. The Marines go in order. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your score as we are now going to the bottom of the seventh inning. It is a 6-0 lead for Chiba. We expect a pitching change. I have a feeling we're going to get one when we get back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back here in just a couple moments after this. We got ourselves a 6-0 Golden Eagles lead. We're moving to the bottom of the seventh. Here is the star of the show tonight, Hideo Asamura. Welcome back, everybody. It is a Chiba pitching change as they are going to the bullpen. We are going to see number 40, Takahiro Nishimura, coming on in relief. It's going to be his 10th appearance of the year, and he's got himself an ERA of 3.12. So Nishimura on in relief here of the starter, Yuji Nishino. Nishino was touched for all 6 runs in his 6 innings of work, but now it is the bullpen's time to come in and do a job. So Takahiro Nishimura on in relief here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it is going to be the top of the order, Yuya Ogo, Itsuki Moribayashi, and Hideo Asamura to come to bat here in inning number 7. And the first pitch is on the way. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Ogo tonight, 2 for 3. He's got a pair of singles. He has driven in a run and stolen a pair of bases. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Nishimura ready to deliver again as he kicks and fires. Breaking ball misses down. The count is 2-1. It's got an interesting delivery. He has a bit of a pause and a little bit of a weird, different motion here in his leg lift. But it is kind of neat to see how he is trying to keep the hitters off balance. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. Lifted into straightaway center field. Underneath it is Oka. He's there and he makes the catch. And Ogo gone for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Moribayashi. And for Moribayashi tonight, he is 2 for 3. He's got a single, a triple. He's grounded out, and he has a couple of runs batted in. He's raised his season average up to 248 with the efforts here tonight. As the right-hander ready to deliver again as he kicks and fires a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. to Murray Biashi. And the right-hander ready to deliver again. Here comes the pitch. Fastball just misses outside. And the count is a 1-1. The other game going on at the Kyocera Dome between the Buffaloes and the Fighters. Bottom of the 7th inning. Fighters still have that 3-0 lead. They, I believe, got all those runs in the first inning. Breaking ball, take it for a called strike. The count is 1-2. That's exactly what it was. It was a 3-run uprising in the first. It got them all of their runs. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined past the diving glove of the second baseman, Fujioka, into right field. And that's going to be the third hit of the ball game for Murray Biashi. He has been all over the base paths. I say third hit, but the last hit or the last single I would have questioned on that one. So he is aboard with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. And for Asamura, he is 1 for 3 tonight. His last at bat, he deposited a 2-run shot into the left field seats. Very similar situation as it was Murray Biashi, who had reached with a single just the batter before. So here comes the first offering to Asamura. It's a breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lined into left field for a base hit. Stopping at second is Murray Biashi. Asamura aboard with his second hit of the ball game. So back-to-back singles here by the Golden Eagles, and they're flapping their wings again. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Hiroki Shimauchi. Well, for Shimauchi tonight, he is 0 for 3. He has struck out, flown out, and grounded out in his 3 trips. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Golden Eagles. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Marines. As the Golden Eagles continue to have their way with Chiba here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The right-hander Nishimura gets his sign from his catcher as he works himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Shimauchi. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander works himself set again. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and delivers a fastball swung on. This is lined into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to be extra bases. Coming home to score is Murray Biashi. And stopping at third is going to be Asamura, and it's going to be a double for Shimauchi. That is going to be the 7th run of the ball game for the Golden Eagles. And right now, Chiba is not out of the woods yet, as they got runners at second and third. And 1 run on the board, and it'll be Daichi Suzuki coming to the plate. And for the former Marine, he would probably love to be able to stick the dagger a little bit further into the heart of this current Chiba ball club. Suzuki strides to the plate. He is 1 for 3 tonight. So a 7-0 lead here for the Golden Eagles. Have to wonder what the next pitcher will be up for the Marines. As Nishimura has himself a whole jackpot on his hand. 1 gone here. Runner at third, Asamura. Runner at second, Shimauchi. And Daichi Suzuki standing in. And here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Have to do a double take, but it looks like the infield is back here in this situation because whether you lose by 8, 9, or 10 runs, I don't think it really matters at this point. Eagle fans are cheering and making a lot of noise. Trading runs for outs here to trying to get off the field. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses down. It's now 2-0 to Suzuki. Our friend Casino Official says we should apply for ESPN. I don't know if I'd be able to do it for ESPN. They've sometimes, let us say, not just ESPN, but some of the other organizations, when you watch it, they get away from calling the game. They give you everything but. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. That's sometimes the issue that you sometimes face as you watch some of the stuff. A friend says, or for the UFC. UFC, unfortunately, I don't know much about that stuff. That would be where we won't be able to give a whole lot of insight. Here's the 2-1. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the third base side. Moving over in foul territory underneath it, making the catch is Nakamura. And that is going to retire Suzuki for the second out of the inning. It's going to be 2 gone, and it's going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Takiro Okajima. Well, for Okajima tonight, he is officially 0 for 3. He bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up. He's grounded to second and flown to center. He has scored the first run of the ball game for the Golden Eagles. I didn't get a chance to see it tonight, but the New York Knicks knocked out the Philadelphia 76ers for those who watch basketball. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. The New York Knicks have been a tire fire for the last number of years in terms of their management and how they do things, but I have to say they did get one thing right, and that's that Jalen Brunson, who they plucked away from the Dallas Mavericks. He was outstanding in the series. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Okajima. They do have an open base, but Ryosuke Tatsumi waits his turn on deck. So 2 balls and no strikes as the right-hander again works himself set. He checks the runner at second. And at third, here comes the 2-0. That's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner, and the count now goes to 3-0. It looks like Nishimura agreed with the call that he just missed that pitch. A little bit too much cut on the cutter. So here comes the 3-0 offering, but instead Nishimura steps off the backside of the rubber, and he's going to go to the rosin bag and try to do this all over again. Here comes the 3-0. And the pitch on the way, it is a fastball that catches the inside corner, this time for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, hopefully tomorrow night, when you guys come on back, we will have ourselves a little bit more entertaining affair. Sometimes when these games get a little bit strung out as they are tonight, the only thing left is to see what is the over-under and all the rest of the stuff for our fellas who like to wager. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 3-2 to Okajima. Tomorrow night, I'll be racing back in some haste because I have another commitment early in the evening. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As it is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. And it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to Okajima. 2 gone here in the 7th inning. Runner at third is Asamura. Runner at second, Shimauchi. It's a full count here. The reliever Nishimura on the hill in replacement of Nishino. It is 7 bagel for the Eagles over the Marines. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And Nishimura delivers. It is a fastball that misses up and in. That's going to be ball 4. That is going to load the bases, and that will bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. So our friend who was in here earlier, Devin, he had live bets at the under at 8. Or I think he was thinking about sprinkling on something like that. He had mentioned in the chat. Well, we'll see what happens here. It looks like we may have ourselves a pinch runner over at first base. It looks like it's Tanaka who is into run for Okajima. That is probably the case. That is usually a defensive replacement we see late in games. Tatsumi tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a triple in 3 trips. He's also got an RBI. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Left-handed hitting Tatsumi here at the plate. Waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Nishimura. Good hitter's count. 1 ball and no strikes. Swing of the bat here could really blow this thing wide apart. Here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball misses down, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Tatsumi. Bottom of the 7th inning, Eagles have extended their lead to 7-0, and they're looking for more. 24 pitches already here in the inning by the Chiba right-hander. Pitch efficiency for both of these pitchers here tonight. 96 pitches officially for the starter, Nishino. And pitch number 25 here in this inning to Tatsumi is a fastball taken for a call and strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Crowd is in good form, and why not? Afternoon baseball and a holiday week, and you're putting a drubbing on the opposition. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, and they say he didn't go, and that's going to run the count to 3-1 on Tatsumi. For those of you who are new to the channel, be sure to check out our shorts that we put up on the daily. Usually run anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5 per day. Major League Baseball for the most part. We also do some slow motion pitching videos and hitting videos, so we got some more to come fresh off of this week from our tour of the Atlanta Braves, Seattle Mariners. Fastball swung on. This is chop foul just past the first base coach's box, and it's now 3-2 to Tatsumi. So with 3 balls and 2 strikes, the runners are going to be on the move here with 2 gone in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Crowd is wanting more. They want the Golden Eagles to bury this one away. And for those of you who joined us late, it was in that first inning when the Eagles were coming to bat and that huge hornet had landed on the field. Maybe they got to adopt the hornet for the rest of the way here, the Golden Eagles. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the pitch is on the way, the runner's on the move, and it's going to be ball 4. Tatsumi's going to get himself a walk, and he's also going to pick up an RBI. It is going to advance Okajima over to second. Shimochi goes to third, and crossing the plate with the 8th run of the ball game is Asamura. And that is going to bring up the catcher Hikaru Oda. So 8th batter to come to bat here in the inning. And the Eagles are now up 8-0 here in inning number 7. Our friend Zay says he's got the hornet going on there. That was unbelievable. That thing must have been bigger than my fist. So here comes the first pitch to Oda as he delivers a fastball. This is lifted into deep right field. Racing back, and it's going to get over the head of the right fielder, and it's going to get off the wall. Yamaguchi's going to chase it down. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And that is going to clear the bases as a 3rd run has crossed the plate. A bases clearing double by Oda. That's going to extend the lead to 11-0. The pitcher Nishimura here is just being abused by the Eagles hitters. Shimochi comes across to score. Okajima scores and Tatsumi all the way from first base. As they have extended their lead to 11-0. So 3 RBIs for Oda. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Devin, who said maybe the under at 8, maybe he meant 18 because the way the Eagles are scoring runs, doesn't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Here comes the 1-0 offering to Kobakata. As the right-hander holds set, now delivers. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. Our friend Mr. Cap says an absolute domination by the Eagles tonight, and you are absolutely correct. We were looking earlier, we were saying about the run differential. Well, that's going to change big time as the 1-1 is on the way. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 2-1. And I say that because entering the game tonight, the Golden Eagles had been outscored by 26 runs by their opponents. And they're going to cut into that, but they have flipped the switch on the Marines as the Marines, as of this moment here, have been outscored by 27 times by their opponents. Here's the 2-1. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. And this ball is going to get over the head of the right fielder, Yamaguchi, and it's off the wall. That's going to get Oda in from second. And heading to third with a triple is Kobakata, and the throw is nicely backed up by the pitcher, Nishimura, but that was on its way into the dugout. And so it looks like they're going to have to maybe make a phone call here, but a RBI triple off the bat of Kobakata. And this is live batting practice now for everybody. Literally, there's going to be fights at the bat rack by the Golden Eagles wanting to race to get to the plate to face this right-hander. Just having to make my notes here, as I do believe it was Tanaka who came in for Okajima. But that brings the top of the order up to the plate in Yuya Ogo. Ogo today is 2 for 4. He flew out to start this inning. The first pitch he sees, he swings on, he lifts it down the left field line, and racing over and diving is Ishikawa, but it's going to land in foul territory. That's going to be a long strike here for Ogo. So no balls and 1 strike to Ogo. Ogo, the 10th batter to come to plate in the inning. Mr. Cap says Chiba's BP this bad, or the Eagles offense that good? Nah, to be honest with you, it's been a breakout game for the Golden Eagles. As the pitch is a fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by Tomosuji, and that's mercifully going to put an end to the inning on a ground out 6-3. But the Golden Eagles pound out 6 more runs in the inning on the benefit of 5 hits. So 6 runs, 5 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 12. The Chiba Lotte Marines, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Oh, boy. We are moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is now a 12-0 scoreline for the Golden Eagles. Glad you're with us, everybody. Stick around. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top half of the 8th inning, and it is still the lefty Hayakawa in the ball game. They do have Igor Emoji has come in to play first base. We'll have to pick up the new third baseman and a new left fielders for you. As the first pitch is delivered, it is a fastball swung on and lined into left field by Tamura. And he's got himself a leadoff single here. Interestingly enough, the starting pitcher, Hayakawa, is still in the ball game. And that would be the question that I would want to ask the manager after the game. He's at 96 pitches through the first 7 innings. And you'd figure with a 12-run cushion that you could have somebody come out of the bullpen and get you 6 outs. I don't know if that's an indictment on your bullpen, that you're leaving your starter in the game with a 12-run lead on almost 100 pitches. And the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Nakamura, missing up and in, and the count is 1-0. But that's Japanese baseball for you, because the managers are not afraid to let their pitchers get north of 100 pitches. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Mr. Cap says 12-0, and the starter is still in crazy. Indeed. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that just misses, and the count is now 2-1. And the other irony is in that last inning, the reliever, Nishimura, he delivered 35 pitches in that inning alone, as he was knocked around like a tin can. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 3-1. Mr. Cap says, what about the health of the pitcher? There's 2 schools of thought on that. I mean, if you're going to get somebody else up in the bullpen, then you're heating somebody else up. At least this guy here is already loose. There's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. And Tamura is going to advance to second. Nakamura is aboard with a walk, and that's going to bring up the top of the order. And Hiromi Oka. But definitely there, that's the part that I don't understand is you got a 12-0 lead. You must have a couple of guys at the back of your bullpen that could use the opportunity to try to get some work in. It doesn't have to be your good guys, because you're up by 12. Or your better bullpen. And certainly the Golden Eagles could use some more work. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. And just you watch him right here. He hasn't been able to finish his pitches. He'd only had 1 walk through the first 7 innings. And now he's given up a hit and walked a batter. He's not finishing his pitches. He's leaving pitches up in the zone. Here comes the 1-0 offering now to Oka. It's now a 2-0 offering. And if I am the catcher, I'd be coming out and making a talk, but it's going to be the shortstop, Murray Biashi, coming in. Looks like he's almost out of gas. So I guess the question is, what's the point? Let's get to the bullpen and take a little heat off of them. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. Racing back is the center fielder, and that's going to be Tatsumi making the catch. Tagging both at first and second are the base runners, and moving up is Tamura and Nakamura. Nice base running there by Nakamura as he advances into second base. They had no shot at the runner at third. And that is a first out of the inning as Oka has flown out. And again, the pitch was up in the zone. It was a high fastball, and Oka, not known for his power, absolutely peed all over that one, as we would say. And that ball was hit to deep center field, but it moves the runners up. Our friend Zay says, get him out of the game, pat him on the back, and say, great job. Absolutely. As I said, I don't know if it's as much of a pat on the back to Hayakawa or if it is an indictment on the Eagle bullpen that they are leaving him in here. So maybe they might want to leave him in for one more inning too. Let's bring him back for inning number 9. Our friend DIT Tips says 14, please. Man, that could happen. So this brings Yudai Fujioka to the plate with runners at second and third and one gone here. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. But who knows what we're going to see here? We might see the greatest comeback in Chiba history right before our eyes here. They've got 5 outs left to play with, and they need 13 to take the lead. So I don't see that happening. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, take it for a called strike at the knees, and the count now goes to 1-1. Fujioka tonight is 0 for 3. He has flown to right, flown to left, and struck out looking in his 3 trips. As we mentioned again, we will be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. Same 2 ball clubs, so be sure to come on in and check it out. It is 3-0 in the top of the 8th inning. The Fighters are leading the Buffaloes. We'll probably switch to that game after this one is completed. The difference is the Buffaloes are the home team. They're going to need their bats. Right now, we are hitting on 3 of the 4 games we made picks on. The only one we picked was the Buffaloes to win. They're not getting the job done tonight. And I have to apologize to our friend Zay, as he is a Fighters fan, but we weren't taking him on the road tonight. That's a bonus win for you. And there's a ground ball hit to second, fielded deep onto the outfield grass by Kobakata. That's going to bring home the first run of the game, and the Marines have cut the lead to 11. It advances Nakamura over to third. Tamura scores. RBI ground out by Fujioka. That's a ground out 4-3. He's gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the left fielder Shingo Ishikawa, as it is now a 12-1 ball game here for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. But it looks like we have a pinch hitter on our hands here, so it looks like the night is going to be done for Fujioka. Nope, maybe not. So Fujioka it's Ishikawa here, as the first pitch is swung on and it's lifted into deep right center field. I started to fall asleep as well. Ishikawa is going to be retired on a fly ball to center. He's gone for the third out of the inning. They got a run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 12 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back to see if the greatest comeback in NPB history will take place in a few moments. 12-1 lead for the Golden Eagles as we move to the bottom half of inning number 8. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a 12-1 ball game as the Eagles are having their way with the Marines in this one. We do have a pitching change as the Chiba Lotte Marines are gone to their bullpen. It is going to be Keisuke Sawada on in relief, making his 10th appearance. He's got an ERA of 2.25. The big fella here on in relief. So Keisuke Sawada. They have some defensive changes as well, but we're going to have to get those to you as we move along. It looks like it is going to be Takashi Ogino coming into the ball game as well on in the outfield side. But it is supposed to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Murray Biashi, Asamer, and Shimochi, to come to bat here to face Keisuke Sawada here in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch, fastball misses down. They appeal to the first base umpire, but they say Murray Biashi didn't go. 1 ball and no strikes. Third pitcher used tonight by the Marines. Sawada works to the belt. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. And that is going to be a leadoff single here for Murray Biashi. That's going to be his 4th hit of the night. He's got 3 singles and a triple, and he's knocked in a pair of runs. But then again, who hasn't done much tonight for the Golden Eagles? So he is aboard with a single, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. For Asamura, he is officially a 2 for 4 tonight. He's got the home run, but we do have a pinch hitter for him. Looks like it is Igoro Moji in the pinch hit for Asamura. That is exactly who it is. Moji, the 30-year-old, is 5 for 31 this year. He's hitting $161 with a homer and 2 RBIs. So the night is over for Asamura. It's always good when you can get your guys an early arrest, especially with the big lead. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This is lined into left field for a base hit. So Igoro Moji gets to join the party as the hit parade continues here for the Golden Eagles. And by our account, that would be hit number 14 here for Tohoku in the ball game. So the runner at second is Murray Biashi. The runner at first is Moji, and that's slated to bring up Hiroki Shimochi to the plate. We'll keep our eyes on the substitutions here, if that is indeed who it is. Nope, it looks like it is going to be a pinch hitter here as well. This is number 30, Ryuya Taira. He is coming in to hit for Shimochi. And the first pitch to Taira is a fastball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at third base, and the count is quickly 0-1. Taira, a right-handed hitting player here for the Golden Eagles. He's got some body armor on the elbow, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Sawada, who kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into deep left field. Moving back on it and underneath it and making the grab. Looks like it was Hiromi Oka who has moved over into left field. That's going to retire Taira for the first out of the inning. So 1 in the books, and that will bring up, or scheduled to bring up, Daichi Suzuki, but I think Suzuki's night is also over. And we'll get the confirmation on that in just a moment. It is going to be Haruka Yamada at the plate. And that's the first pitch he swings at, and he lifts it into straightaway center field. Moving back on it at the edge of the warning track is Ojino. He makes the catch. Tagging at second and heading over to third is Murray Biashi. And that is going to retire Yamada for the second out of the inning. So Haruka Yamada in the books. For out number 2. And for everybody here, if you're wondering, the starting pitcher is going to come back out for inning number 9 at 110 pitches with a 12-1 lead. Well, this has got to be more to say about your bullpen when you've left your pitcher in this long. That's all I can think of. Hayakawa going to get himself a complete game victory. There's a first pitch breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. We do have a pinch hitter here, as this is Kazuki Tanaka hitting for Okajima. He came on to run for Okajima in that last inning. And the pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. Runners are at the corners here, 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. I will say this, the Eagles have come out swinging here against Sawada. Sawada has thrown strikes. The Eagles have put some swings on the balls here. He has delivered. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's a split finger pitch waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. Our friend Zay says the Buffaloes have runners at first and second with nobody out. Kind of hoping that this game here would expedite a little bit quicker. Take it that game is in the bottom half of the 8th inning. There's a fastball swung on, grounded over to first, fielded neatly by the first baseman of the Marines, and that is going to take it and step on the bag. Not sure if they've made a change there or if it still is Yasuda, but that's going to be a ground out to 3 for the third out of the inning. And we'll be back in just a moment for the top of the 9th inning. There was no runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We'll be back here in just a few. It is the Eagles with a 12-1 lead, and their starter is coming back out for inning number 9. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you for being here with us. Well, the starting pitcher, Hayakawa, coming back out for inning number 9 as he is completing his warm-up tosses. As we said, a bit staggering. He's at 110 pitches through 8 innings. And yep, a 12-1 lead. He is coming back out to try to finish this one off. And as I said, I don't know if it's as much as maybe a compliment to him or an indictment to his teammates that he is going to be coming back out for the 9th inning. Absolutely crazy. On Twitch, we have somebody, J Most Hated, says, why don't you stream the game? And the answer to that is pretty simple, Jay. We would get shut down in a heartbeat. You can't stream the game without the permission of the Pacific League. So we just tell you what's going on around it. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and is popped up right side of the infield. Moving over underneath it is Moji. He's there to make the catch. And with 1 pitch, Gregory Polanco is in the books for out number 1, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. For some of you folks who do listen in, we do stream on Twitch as well. Mr. Cap says he would pay money to hear the English translation of the coach's speech after the game. Well, sometimes on a 12-1 victory or a beatdown like this, when Chiba gets it laid to it, you don't necessarily have to say too much. The players know that they got clobbered. There's not a whole lot to say. Every aspect of the game has been not very good. Breaking ball taken for a call strike. The count is 0-1. 12 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Eagles, 1-4-0 for the Marines. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. Oh, Mr. Cap says for why he left the pitcher. And yeah, I'd love to be able to hear that response as well. Why is he being left in for the 8th and 9th innings up by 2 touchdowns? There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-2. He's now at 114 pitches. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the lefty Hayakawa, I have to go back and take a look at his stats if he's ever had a complete game. And you have to wonder at one point if it was a complete game shutout on the docket. And maybe that would have something to do with it, but I can't see that as being an option. Breaking ball misses down. It's now 2-2. I look at Hayakawa and just taking a look. He does have a complete game shutout in his career, and he has only one complete game in his career. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-2. And I would assume that was in his rookie year in 2021 that both of those would go hand in hand. A complete game and a complete game shutout probably were both working on his side. Here comes the 3-2. Breaking ball swung on, chop foul just over past the third base coach's box. We'll do the 3-2 pitch to, I said Yoshida. It looks like it is Oshida who has come into pinch hit. As I say, some of the changes here have come fast and furious, so Yasuda's night is done. The pinch hitter in this case is Seiichiro Oshida. Fastball swung on, grounded over to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman Tanaka, or check that, Yamada, who throws to first. Ground out 5-3. That's 2 in the books. And it's supposed to be Koki Yamaguchi coming to the plate. We'll see if that is him or if they have emptied the bench yet again for another pinch hitter. 2 gone here as the Marines are down to their final out. I wonder what the odds of this comeback would be. They were able to stick 12 on at this point. And it is Yamaguchi, and he swings at a first pitch breaking ball and lifts it into the seats foul down the right field line, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Our friend, the real G Money, is in the house. He says, so who's pitching right now? It is the Golden Eagles, as the Marines are down to their final out. There's a fastball swung on. This is lined over the head of the second baseman, Kobakata, into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Yamaguchi is aboard with his first hit of the night. And that is going to bring up the shortstop at Suki Tomosuji. This game here is all but over, as we said. We will jump over to the Buffaloes and Fighters. For those of you guys who have stuck around once this game is officially completed, try to get that one set up and bring you that one home and see where they're at with the ending there, as the breaking ball is taken for a called strike and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. That game is in the top of the 9th inning at the Osaka Dome. There's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul. Count is now 0-2. The Kaido Nippon Ham Fighters jumped the Buffaloes for 3 in the first, and that has been the only scoring in the game, as it is a 3-0 ball game there in that one. 36,000 taking it all in and probably tossing their cookies up in their mouth because of the way that Oryx has been playing. There's a fastball swung on. This is lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And stopping at third is Yamaguchi. And that is going to be a base hit here for Tomosuji. That's his second of the night. So now they got runners at the corners with 2 out. That's going to bring up the catcher, or scheduled to bring up the catcher, Tetsuhiro Tamura. So 12-1, the Eagles have the lead. Tamura is going to be batting here with runners at the corners and 2 gone. $12 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Eagles. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Marines. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. Hayakawa now at 124 pitches with a 11-run lead. Advancing over to second base is Tomosuji. That's on defensive indifference. Here comes the 1-0 offering. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. And all of a sudden, the home plate umpire's strike zone has become tiny. And the 2-0 on the way. It's a fastball that carves the plate in half, and now it is 2 balls and 1 strike. As we said, stick around. We'll give you the call of that bottom of the 9th inning Once this game is done, as they are still, I believe, in the top of the eighth, or top of the ninth, rather, in Osaka, there's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into right field. Coming in and making the catch is the right fielder Ogo, and that is going to mercifully put an end to this one, as that will do it here in the ninth inning for the Marines. No runs in the inning. There were 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your final score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 12 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 1. Hang tight, everybody. We're going to take a little time out, and then we're going to come back and get you the rest of this ball game between the Fighters and the Buffaloes. Hang tight, guys. We'll be back in just a few when we return after this. Thanks again for listening in tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, but stick around. We'll get you the final of that other one in just a few. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to try to piecemeal you this here. It is going to be the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters are playing the Oryx Buffaloes, and the bottom of the ninth inning is coming up here, as they have brought the closer into the ball game. Have the Fighters, if I'm not mistaken, that is Tanaka, number 26. 10 appearances this year. He has a 0.90 earned run average, as the cheerleaders for the Buffaloes are making their way off the field. Haven't seen the cheerleaders for the Buffaloes yet this year. They said that they had male and female cheerleaders in place. So it's kind of interesting. The first team in Japan to do that, the Oryx Buffaloes. Well, the right-hander is completing his warm-up tosses, as Tanaka is going to be facing, looks like it is going to be Nishikawa. Of course, it's the night that they're wearing the uniforms with the Japanese script for the last name on the back of the Buffaloes. Good thing I know the numbers of the players. It is going to be Ryoma Nishikawa coming to bat. We'll have to take a look and see where he fits in the batting order here. The good news for us, looks like it is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters scheduled to bat. Nishikawa, Gonzalez, and Kobayashi, as the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away from Tanaka. So 1 ball and no strikes. They got to get themselves some base runners here, as Nishikawa takes a called strike, for which evens the count at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Again, Tanaka delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. You can tell Nishikawa's body language. He didn't like that call. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here. 3-0 lead for the Fighters in the bottom of the ninth inning, as the Buffaloes are batting here. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So some bonus baseball here for everybody who hung around with us as the game between the Eagles and Marines are over. 3-0 for the Fighters. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that swung on and lifted foul over the third base side. And the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is here to Ryoma Nishikawa. Right-hander again ready to go as he holds set, now delivers. Fastball swung on, and the battle continues, as that one is lifted foul over on the third base side. We do thank everybody who has jumped in on the stream tonight, and those of you who listened in. It has been much appreciated tonight. We have picked up a few new subs to the channel, and hopefully you guys come on back and listen to us again next week. Or next week, tomorrow night, and the rest of the weekend. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It remains here to Nishikawa as he waits here from the offering from the righty Tanaka. This is pitch number 7 of the at-bat. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. Count now goes to 3-2. They need life. They need runners. Do the Buffaloes at this point. And here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander Tanaka ready to deliver. Fastball again swung on and again lifted foul. That last pitch was at 94 miles an hour from the right-hander Tanaka. As we mentioned, bonus baseball here as the Buffaloes are trailing 3-0 to the Fighters in the bottom of the 9th inning. Calling the rest of this game here for the listeners who stuck around with us tonight. Here's the 3-2. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded neatly by the shortstop, who throws to first. I believe that is Mizuno, who is getting the nod at short. That's exactly who it was. So 1 up and 1 away. It's scheduled to bring up the switch-hitting second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. It was a 9-pitch battle there against Nishikawa. And now Gonzalez coming to the plate here tonight. On the season, he's 7 for 44. He's hitting $159. He's got a homer and a couple RBIs. I have to say, Gonzalez is probably getting to the end of the rope of his baseball career as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. There's a split finger pitch that misses down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they said he went. Oh boy, I'd like to see that one again. Not so sure about that, but I'm sure the Fighters fans will take it all the way to the bank. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball that swung on and lifted foul. Reached the seats down the third base line, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Marwin Gonzalez. Fighters hanging on to a 3-0 lead. There's a fastball that misses down. Good pitch, good discipline there by the second baseman of the Buffaloes. As the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander works to the set, now delivers. Fastball misses down and in. And now the count is 2-2 to Gonzalez. Trying to give the Buffaloes some life. They need some base runners. As the right-hander Tanaka ready to go back to work. He leans in and he gets the sign from his catcher, and here comes the dish, or the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. Count remains at 2-2. Catcher is Tamiya for the Fighters at this point. As we said, we haven't really seen the lineup. Pretty strong lineup tonight put out by the Buffaloes. There's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner. It's now 3-2 to Gonzalez. That pitch poured in at 94 miles an hour from Tanaka. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Gonzalez rating here on the offering from Tanaka. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. Gonzalez went chasing the high heat, and he couldn't catch up. That is going to put him in the books for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. Just a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, because once this game's over, we're going to sign off. 2-0 Bay Stars have the lead over the Carp. That is in the top of the 7th inning. And the first pitch, breaking ball, comes inside and hits Kobayashi. Got him on the tricep area. So they do get their base runner with 2 outs. So Kobayashi's going to make his way to first. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Yataro Sugimoto. Or check that. It's actually Ryu Sigasawa. Interesting, the 23-year-old getting the start here tonight, only his 5th game in the NPB. He is 0 for 3 on the season. Looks like he has come on as a replacement. He takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Tanaka. As the right-hander delivers a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. He was the 4th pick in the 2022 draft out of Tohoku Fukushi University. The 23-year-old here batting from the left side against the right-hander Tanaka. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on and missed. Overmatched would be the way I would describe it. And the second game tonight that we called in the books, as the Fighters have knocked off the Buffaloes. 3 runs scored all in the first inning. Did the trick for Hokkaido. A little bit of bonus baseball coverage for everybody here. We appreciate you guys for listening in. Your final score from Osaka, it was the Fighters 3 and the Buffaloes no score. 3-5-1 for Hokkaido, 0-4-1 for the Buffaloes. 36,146 were in attendance to witness the game there tonight. All right, everybody. Once again, we appreciate you guys for listening in. We appreciate Zay as well for sticking it out, and everybody else who came in to listen tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, as we'll call the same 2 teams between the Marines and the Golden Eagles. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.